Of Fundora, the best version you've seen, and
man, that dude need to be 86 from the division. He way too tall. I'm sorry, they need to calibrate them scales. I don't know how he making them weight classes. It is not fair for him to be in that weight class. They need to calibrate them scales. We don't know how he makes that weight. All stuff. There is some kind of trickery going on in boxing that nobody wants to talk about.
What do you think about the sustained beatings that he passes out? When he fights, it's the way he gets on top of people and just destroys them.
Man, he over there.
They make a mistake, and he was just getting way too comfortable. He had a hard press, and we were right on the verge of getting to that sweet spot. That sweet spot where both of us were ready to go toe-to-toe, blow for blow, and the ref couldn't handle the violence and, you know, what I was taking. A lot was on the gloves. Some of this on this side was me catching, you know. I remember a fight that I had where on the side of my head looked like a monster symbol, right? And I was like, how the heck did that happen? And it came from the inseam of my own fist. You got 1, 2, 3. The inseam of my own fist hitting my own head, that's where my bruising came from. So we get bruised up just from blocking shots as much as we get bruised up from taking shots. So it's just unfortunate, man. I really think I could hear the crowd. The fight was really just getting good. I was on my feet, never got jerked.
Absolutely, but the referee, a lot of viewers not too thrilled with referee Taylor tonight in that quick stoppage.
I agree. Listen, I can't argue with them, but I don't like to be on the fence. I'm not known for sitting on the fence, but I could understand and don't disagree with them, but at the same time, you could see that the referee kind of knew he'd be safe stopping this because, like, how you gonna really go nuts on him when the guy's busted up, when it was a shutout?
We saw Sebastian Fundora put on one of those Fundora-esque, Inferno-esque performances again tonight, man. Tell us what you saw.
What are you supposed to do against that guy, man? You know, he's a guy that wants to come at you, wants to stay active, but has this reach that's insane. He can hit you from across the ring, and every guy is gonna be significantly shorter than him. That's a fight, man. Like, anytime he gets in the ring, you know the other person's gonna have a difficult job because he's never fought someone like him. You know, he's just a different guy. You know, I used to not like watching film on some of my guys because like they never fight me how they fight other people. I think that's how Fundora must feel all the time. He's never gonna get a fighter that can fight his natural style or the style that he wants somebody against him. He's 6'6" and 150 pounds. It's insane.
I mean, and it's crazy, man, when you land punches on him, this is a dude who truly seems like he takes it personal. Not like he gets mad, but if you hit him hard, he hits you 6 or 7 times. Yeah. He is as nasty as they come.
And he took the shot like a champ too. He took like 3 or 4 of Keith Thurman shots, and he ate him, man, and kept coming back. That was incredible. It was a really great showing from him, and I'm just excited to see what's next for him. I'm a fan, you know? And it's weird because like you see it on TV, but you don't get like the awe until you're in person of like that size discrepancy with I don't know when I've seen it like that again, you know? Like 6'6" versus what was he, 5'8", 5'6"? It was almost a foot of just height, and then the length and everything. That guy's dangerous, man.
Right, I mean, and for Keith Thurman, we haven't seen Keith Thurman get bludgeoned like that. We haven't seen him get beaten like that. I mean, he seemed to have been angry in the corner after the stoppage, but even then, man, I mean, still, this was...
Sebastian Fundora just destroyed Keith Thurman, and the boxing world is losing its mind over what they witnessed. This wasn't just a win. This was a career-ending beatdown that has everyone questioning everything they thought they knew about the welterweight division.
Keith one-time Thurman, who at one point in time held the WBC and the WBA title. They fought tonight. Sebastian Fundora is now 24 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 16 wins by way of knockout. And he absolutely beat the stuffings out of Keith Thurman, who is now 31 wins, 2 losses, no draw, 23 wins by way of knockout. and he stopped Keith Thurman in the 6th round. Sebastian Fundora just retired Keith Thurman, people. I don't want to see Keith Thurman come back after what I just witnessed. Keith Thurman just took a brutal beating. Literally. He took a brutal beating. Sebastian Fundora has gotten leaps and bounds better than when he got knocked out by Brian Mendoza. Right? It's typical of people to harvest a flaw that they saw and not pay attention to the progress. And everybody harvests on the fact that he got caught with this right hook. He got caught by Lubin by it, he got dropped, and he got knocked out by Fundora by it. By Brian Mendoza. He has made the adjustment to that now. He has literally made the adjustment to that. He fights tall. He's very active with his jab.
Ryan Garcia called it perfectly on X before it even happened. Fundora's a nightmare matchup for Thurman, and he was absolutely right. The towering Inferno lived up to every bit of hype, using that freakish 66-inch reach to pick Thurman apart like he was sparring with an amateur.
I had a great game plan by just extending a long jab, keeping the distance the whole time, and really at the end of the day, Keith Thurman had a hard time really cutting the ring. Cutting the distance, excuse me. Fundora had an easy time, really cutting the ring off. Not a lot of complications in this fight. After the fight, Fundora said that, hey, they asked him, listen, did you feel like it was going to be this easy? And he said, nah, I didn't think it was going to be this easy. Now, as far as Keith Thurman is concerned, a lot of people are saying, hey, is this it? Is he the official gatekeeper? Well, yes, boxing is trying to make Keith Thurman the gatekeeper. Now it's just up to, it's up to him at the end of the day. This was a hard task. Anybody that fights Fundora,
But here's what's got everyone talking. Rolando Romero went nuclear after the fight, claiming Fundora's height advantage is straight up unfair. He's calling out some hidden trickery that nobody wants to discuss publicly. That's a serious accusation in boxing circles.
Keith was going into the strong hand of Fundora, and it was complicating me trying to figure out what he was trying to do. He really didn't have a game plan. He landed a few body shots and whatnot, but stayed on the outside really with the lateral movement a lot, not really active with the hands. Good head movement at times, but Fundora, it was just a matter of time until he kept pushing that pace and getting a little bit more comfortable and finding his timing. So now everyone's asking, wow, what's next? He says he wants to fight everybody. But in the same time, right, we did hear Fundora say that he would like to fight on that all-Mexican card with Canelo Alvarez in September. He wants to fight Virgil Ortiz. Now, there's lots of talks about June 27th against in New York City. Obviously, you've seen Xander Zayas. He signed.
Timothy Bradley didn't hold back either. He flat out said Keith Thurman's career is finished. He's no longer one-time Thurman, Bradley declared. He looked completely shot out there. When a former champion calls you done, that's when you know it's bad. Roy Jones Jr. couldn't stop praising what he saw from Fundora, called him the towering Inferno, and said he's never seen someone use their physical gift so effectively. That's high praise coming from one of the greatest boxers who ever lived. Here's the kicker, though. Thurman is blaming the referee for the stoppage. He claims he could have continued fighting and that the ref didn't do him justice. But watch the replay. Thurman was getting absolutely mauled in there. The ref probably saved his career. Even Teddy Atlas admitted the stoppage was controversial but necessary. Atlas knows boxing better than almost anyone, and when he says a fighter was in serious trouble, you better believe it. Thurman was taking punishment that could have ended badly. The most shocking reaction came from multiple analysts who are now calling Fundora a unicorn at 154 pounds. They're saying nobody in the division can handle his combination of height, reach, and boxing IQ. That's a bold statement in a stacked weight class. But wait, it gets crazier. Fundora admitted after the fight that he didn't expect it to be so easy. Think about that. A guy who just demolished a former unified champion said it felt routine. That should terrify every other fighter in the division. Antonio Tarver summed it up perfectly. He called Fundora a beast and warned that he's going to be a serious problem for anyone who steps in there with him. When former champions are issuing warnings like that, you know something special just happened. Now here's what nobody's talking about. Fundora wants Canelo next. He's calling for an all-Mexican card in September and specifically mentioned Virgil Ortiz. The man just ended Thurman's career and he's already hunting bigger game. That's championship mentality right there. So here's the reality check. We just watched a 35-year-old former champion get systematically broken down by a rising force who's only getting better. Fundora has evolved into something the welterweight division has never seen before. And honestly, I think we're looking at the future king of 154 pounds. Who do you think can actually beat this guy? Drop your predictions in the comments, smash that like button if this breakdown opened your eyes, and subscribe because the welterweight division just got turned upside down. I'll see you in the next one.